Welcome back into the studio for the mixed media deck build. To learn more about the deck build, please click on the description box below. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this gesso. It is super heavyweight gesso, white gesso, I'm sorry, and I am going to actually scratch into it. It is really nice and thick and fun to create texture into. And so that is the first thing I'm going to get started with, and that also crosses off one of our prompts. And now I'm coming in with some Distress Oxide ink on this ink pad. I'm going to use the ink pad to just dab down onto the face of the card, the ink, and come in with some water, get it moved around. And I'm going to dry in between and create layers for the back of this card. Alright, I've got some chipboard here. This is just scrap chipboard. I'm going to cut that down into my triangular shapes and get those glued down using Fabri-Tac onto the surface of the card. Now that those are down, I'm going to come in with a Lyra graphite I don't know, crayon marker. I'm not really sure what to call this stick. Lyra graphic stick. And I'm going to splatter some of that graphite onto the front of the card as well. And once I've got that Lyra graphic dried, I'm going to come in with a Stabilo all pencil in black and give those triangles some shadowing. And I'm going to do something that in hindsight I kind of regret. I'm going to come in not happy with the color of those triangles, how mucky they look because of the cardboard. I am going to peel back the cardboard part that was saturated with the color. And from there, I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm not quite sure what's next. But I decide to come in with this drip machine splatter paint and give it a couple of whacks with that and get some good splatter on there. And then that kind of leads me to the next stage. I never was completely satisfied with the way that the triangles turned out. In hindsight, I wish I had not pulled that color piece off. So once I get this dry, those black splats, I'm going to come in with a water-based Sharpie paint marker and add some white splats to this. And following that, I'm going to come in with a Posca black marker and add my words to the triangles. I don't love my own handwriting, and so that just kind of added to my displeasure with the triangles. Could have I pulled this back and done something different? Definitely. Would it have been in the spirit of the prompt challenge that was originated? I don't know that it would have interrupted that or been outside of the quote-unquote rules, because really these things don't have a lot of rules, and I could have done it, but I chose to leave it as is and go with it. And I'm going to follow that up with edging the card with this archival ink in black soot.